Thank you everyone for coming here today. My name is Gianni Romas and I am the Community Development Coordinator for AVO. We have called tonight's meeting to discuss our proposed development and aged living community. After extensive research, we have decided to build a facility in Geelong and as such have purchased a site at 15 Genders Lane, Marshall. This is approximately 10 minutes from the city centre of Geelong.
My name is Tom Moore and I've been independently contracted by AVO to be the economist for this project. In doing so, I've been monitoring the health and aged care market of Geelong as well as the general economy of the area. Whilst it's clear the economy of Geelong has taken a bit of a hit over the past 12 months, it is my firm belief that this project will substantially benefit the community and will be a significant impact towards stimulating the Geelong economy.
My name is Kate Elkington and as the town planner I'm here tonight to represent the City of Greater Geelong. It is my role to prepare the citizens of Geelong for our ageing population and to ensure that as a city we are able to provide for these members of our society.
Thank you to our community members for coming and we hope that we can answer all your questions and concerns about this change. Tonight we have Shane, a local employee from the Port of Geelong. Liz, a working mother from North Geelong. And Marg, a 60-something almost pensioner, looking at her retirement options.
My children tell me that I'm old, but in your opinion, who actually belongs to this so-called elderly property market?
Based on our data obtained from Forecast ID, we have identified our market as those who are aged 60 and above. At present, this accounts for 23% of the Geelong population, and this is forecasted to increase by 25% by 2020. Our economist Tom will now discuss these statistics and explain how they support the need for this community to be built here in Geelong.
Thanks, Kate. We have also identified the importance of future planning for those currently younger than 60. Currently, 33% of Geelong's population is aged between 35 and 59, the highest age group by percentage. This shows us that there will be a continued increase in the demand for elderly living options in the future, and by planning in advance, Geelong will be able to meet this need. Furthermore, Geelong is certainly an appealing city for those retiring from other areas who are wanting to move to a cost-effective environment, which is also close to the coast, yet only 50 minutes by train, as per Plan Melbourne Transport Plan.
That sounds like good planning. Gianni, keeping this in mind, can you tell me what AVO's plans for the site are?
As you can see from the site plan you're given on your way in, the block of land is rectangular shape. Aside from the existing homestead which we will be demolishing, the site is flat and vacant.
Shown on the planning map, and according to the Victorian planning schemes, the property is currently located within a farming zone and an urban growth zone. Due to the nature of these zones, the layout of our aged care facility will need to be carefully planned. The aged care facility will be located on the farm zone section of the property. This is provided that we obtain all of the necessary permits and gain approval.
We are planning somewhat of a mixed-use development site targeted for the elderly. As Kate mentioned, 23% of Geelong's population is aged 60 and above, and we would like to create a community environment for them to use. The site will have approximately 50 self-contained low-care apartments and 120 rooms for the patients requiring high care. The low-care apartment will be fully self-contained, however, the rooms for those requiring high care will each have an ensuite but will feature shared living and dining areas. The site will incorporate a restaurant additional to that of the high care dining rooms, which will be available to members of the public. The site will feature a number of recreation areas, a fully heated indoor pool which will also be used for the non-residents for rehabilitation programs, 2 tennis courts, a fully equipped gymnasium and a bowling green. There will be a medical centre with on-site 24/7 medical care available to residents only. Finally, we'll be implementing a shuttle service from the centre of Geelong to the site, which will run 2 times each morning and in the afternoon to ensure residents can still experience and contribute to the town centre. So as you can see, this strategy has been well thought out and in keeping with the Plan Melbourne.
What's this Plan Melbourne you're all talking about, and how is it going to assist with the health and aged care market?
Plan Melbourne is the Victorian Government's vision for the city to 2050. It provides us with a clear vision for our future that responds to the challenges of population growth, driving economic prosperity and livability while protecting our environment and heritage.
Hold on a second, Kate. Geelong isn't strictly part of Melbourne. So how do you plan on incorporating this transformation of Melbourne into Geelong?
Plan Melbourne is made up of a number of different clusters and nodes and outlines strategies to connect regional areas with Melbourne. One cluster of particular interest to us is the Werribee cluster, which we believe will significantly influence Geelong, which has been identified by the strategists as a key regional centre. As town planner for Geelong, I need to ensure we are equipped to deal with the increase in population movement, particularly movement from those belonging to the elderly property market. The Wyndham-Geelong corridor will drive this increase in movement to Geelong from the integrated economic triangle. The outer metropolitan ring road will connect Geelong and Avalon with the Hume corridor. Additional improvements and development to the port of Geelong and Avalon Airport will increase our population.
Kate, I don't want to work at a port.
Oh yes, I understand that, Mark. However, this is also about future planning. Much and all, as we don't like to admit it, ageing is inevitable and we need to ensure that we can cater for the future demand for these services. So, those who will be brought to Geelong by increased employment opportunities, for example from the port, will be able to stay here and retire in our fabulous city as we will have already created sufficient services.
How will this plan benefit the Geelong community? Times are pretty tough around here with job losses at Shell, Alcoa and Ford.
The current unemployment rate of Geelong is approximately 6%. Whilst this is below the nationwide average of 6.2%, we recognise that this is still far too high and Geelong is suffering because of it. We anticipate that this project will employ around 1,500 workers, and provided that the necessary skills are there, we would like as many of these workers to come from the Greater Geelong community. This will incorporate workers from a wide range of trades, including those equipped to develop housing, tennis courts, pools and landscaping services.
What about when you finish though? What's going to happen to the employment then?
Thank you for asking. I was just about to get to that. The expected project life of the entire site development is 2.5 years, which is excellent for employment levels. Following the completion of the development, upward of 500 staff will be employed as permanent staff members. This will cover aged care professionals, medical staff, cleaners, housekeepers, restaurant floor staff, chefs, facility managers, landscapers and centre administrators. At present, Geelong's industry breakdown is heavily skewed towards the healthcare sector, with over 12,500 employees in the area, the largest in Geelong. As such, there is a great supply of skilled workers available.
But how is this site going to be funded? Times are so tough in Geelong, we're all so cautious to spend our money, particularly the elderly.
This site will be purchased and developed privately by our company. However, both the City of Greater Geelong and the Victorian Department of Health will be contributing a combined $20 million to the site. This will ensure that costs are kept as low as possible for both purchasers and the residents. Additionally, rooms will be available for rent, as we have a number of private buyers interested in purchasing as investors, and we will anticipate that this will be a popular option for those not wishing to commit to ownership and the associated body corporate fee.
That sounds great. A strategy that's going to increase the employment of Geelong and stimulate the economy. What's not to love about that?
Exactly, Mark. Couldn't have said it better myself. Those in favour of development say aye. And not in favour? Thank you for attending this community debate, and we'll look forward to keeping you updated on further progress. Meeting in June.